Trevor, Jesse Jackson marched with Dr. King back in the 1960s and was still out decades later in support of protesters in 2021. That was during the trial of Derek Chauvin, who was ultimately convicted in the murder of George Floyd. Jackson was fearless in publicly affirming his beliefs and in his efforts for civil rights and justice. How much of that is part of Jackson's legacy as a public servant? Do you think that's what he'll be most remembered for?
Jesse Jackson was present in the lives of people for decades. And I remember being in Minneapolis when he came and spoke to the crowds who were protesting about the death of George Floyd, about the trial for Derek Chauvin. And I remember talking to young black men in particular who had known him all of their lives, who had grown up hearing him, who had grown up seeing him, and to have him lend his weight to their cause, that was really powerful. And I have to tell you, one of those young men that I covered back years ago, he was recently arrested along with Don Lemon in the church as part of the protests from the ICE actions. And so I think that his legacy really will last many, many years as it just he sort of embodied this kind of protest and civil consciousness and civil conscience that really spoke to millions of Americans.